Hello everyone, it's Gary Foster again with another video tip, and what I'd like to bring to your attention today is what we call changing limiting beliefs, and how people can represent certain things in their mind and some of the visual things that we use to help people understand what's actually going on. For example, this is quite a heavy black ball, as you can see, and often I use this with clients and say, look, this can be how you think your mind feels at the moment. Very heavy, you can sort of feel it, can't you? In fact, when I drop it, you might hear the sound. Ooh. However, what we do in the training session is actually then introduce our bowl of marbles. And our bowl of marbles, as you can see, is a collection of tiny small black balls and tiny small white balls. And they represent the positive aspects of life or beliefs that people may have, that's the white, and maybe the negative beliefs that get in the way. And I'll show you how we use that in a moment. However, you saw the big black ball that I just dropped down. That could be a big issue in people's mind. For example, maybe they feel that they just can't go out and meet people. They might be afraid of doing things because every time they've tried it in the past, they appear to fail. And yet what I then do, I then show them these two nice little balls, okay? Now it is all about how big are your balls, and it's a play on words on purpose. You see, this particular black ball is a lot smaller, I'll show you again, than this beauty, isn't it? Yeah, so you can actually sort of feel and see the weight of what this would be like to have that on your mind. So our job, feel it, is to show people I can take that big black ball to maybe this, by asking certain questions. So they might say to me, oh, every time I have a drink it relaxes me, and I only drink to help myself relax. And I'd say, really? Have you ever had a time when you've relaxed and you haven't had a drink? And often they might think, yeah, probably I have. So what we're doing there, then we're beginning to spin around and look at more positive aspects. For example, people might say to you, oh, it's bad weather outside, isn't it? And I'll probably say, well, in all fairness, I think the weather's going to be improving. One way or another, I'm still going to have a great day. So the key thing with what I'm sharing with you is that our minds are a collection of positive experiences and negative experiences. And it's a choice. It's an absolute choice. So if you catch yourself maybe saying something such as, oh, I don't think I'll ever succeed at what I'm doing, just think, that's a black ball moment. How could you turn that around? How could I turn that around? If you look below, there's a link that will take you to a specific page with a special offer on how you can experience changing limiting beliefs, how to change your thoughts, to change your mind, to change your life. If that's something you're interested in, or you know someone who might be, do me a favour, send them to the link below. We'd really appreciate it. Well, there's our sort of view for today. And the key thing again, just to remind you, is that sometimes things really can feel quite heavy, can't they? They can feel as if they're solid, as if they can never be moved, as if they can never be changed. However, feel it? You can make a change. You can reduce your issues down to maybe something more manageable. For example, I recently worked with someone who was having panic attacks, anxiety attacks, didn't like to go and meet with people, and as we started working on those beliefs that were getting in his way, he started to realise that if he was to make a change, he said, I realise now that it's up to me to make the change. Well, there you are, that's a spin around, isn't it? And that made him feel more confident, and the more he realised he could make changes in his life, he started getting back into doing things he wanted to do. So it's always based on a choice. When you've got a choice, and see how small these are now. When you have a choice, either positive or negative, you're in control. So my name's Gary Foster. Look forward to sharing some more tips in the future for you. And again, please feel free to click on the link below. And until then, take care. Have a wonderful day.